All right, this is Curtis with GHL Solution. Again, been using HighLevel for about 6-7 years now. So I've seen a lot of iterations and been helping clients over those years implement and get going with it. So right now we're in the age of AI, obviously. So 2026, kind of the agentic era, as we see multiple LLMs just iterate in insane speeds. But that's what I love about HighLevel. They're always keeping up with pace and driving things forward at a rapid rate, keeping up with the time. So, but in that, I know it's kind of been confusing in all the things they've been rolling out. So I just want to kind of roll over those, speak to those really briefly, as there's a lot of new things coming out, things in labs, beta, and one of those is going to be the Agent Studio. So I think the interesting part about that is that now we're at this point where we can have AI that's more dynamic in its engagement of an automation and what it can do behind the scenes. So we have workflows. We have Agent Studio. We have workflows that have access to GPT action functions. We have conversational AI agents and voice agents, and different versions of how to build those out. And then there's Ask AI that's rolling out now. So quite a bit to take in, but just as an overview to kind of help you kind of compartmentalize and put those in your mind in different areas. We'll start with Agent Studio. So to me, what this is really, I think of it as an AI employee that can talk, think, and take action inside GHL, but it's client facing, it's customer facing. So, when you need when to use it is when you need to actually talk to humans. When AI must talk to them or do some research or do something dynamic that includes decision making. Or I must, control some tools and actually access things through APIs or MCP servers that are external. So more advanced things are available in here, but sometimes it can also just be very simple. So that's how I see Agent Studio. And in here, as a quick overview, you have sequential run sequences where you can add some of these when you add here. So these are nodes. It's pretty much like actions, like triggering actions, but I'm just playing around in here right now, so you can kind of ignore some of this stuff. But you can add an audio generation tool, create audio, image generation using DALL-E, GPT image, Gemini Flat. You can create change models. You have a lot of controls inside of here, so it's worth playing around with. And so here's some of the nodes that you can dive into. So starting, ending, the flow. So just again, kind of creating clear communication within what you're building, routing things based off of intent. So conditional router, you can create conditions off of variables. Give you access to custom fields, some contact data, specific. There's global configuration inputs up here, so kind of a general prompt for the whole action, and then access to different variables up here. So you can, contact full name, different inputs, and things like that. So some of that's more advanced things, but again, it's nice to have access to those things as this gets its footing and gets developed. So search knowledge bases, searching the web, again, MCP server access. So reaching out to things like Apify to scrape data, enrich data, API calls. And again, a lot of the generative AI. So you have access in here to do more dynamic things, which is great. Create a video. I know somebody that I saw on YouTube the other day was just talking about creating a video for kind of display before and after, so landscaping, possibly teeth whitening, just multiple things you can do there, and then capture data. So again, this is more of the dynamic action automation in my mind. So you're doing things that needs some logic and in real time, and just really a nice playground for AI to do some more advanced things. Now, workflows, these have been around for a while. Before, even before that, there was like triggers and actions are separate. It's kind of first iteration. That was a long time ago, but workflows have had some powerful actions, and then they have access to the marketplace as well. So there's some overlap in what it can do, but really at its heart, when you're thinking of workflows, you're just thinking of the idea that if X happens, then do Y. So you can branch, you can do, make it pretty dynamic, but it's really, it's predictable logic, and it's kind of a process that repeats, triggers the value of that. So, and then automation that needs less, or it doesn't need reasoning, essentially, is a great use case for workflows. So tons of things you can do here. Has kind of been the lifeblood of HighLevel forever, but and it still is. And so it's just, that's kind of its best fit. So again, across all of these, there's some overlap, but just do a quick overview of like how to think of each one as we get our bearings with everything that's rolling out with HighLevel. And then obviously we're in, the conversation in voice AI, a big push last year, definitely got a lot of traction. And the flow-based builder, one of those features that sometimes can be confusing, like how does that fit in with the Agent Studio and workflows? And again, you can do a lot of things in workflows. There's workflow actions that have, through the iterations of voice AI, that have action steps for that. So to access some of this thing, but the flow-based builder, again, how I think of this is it's, where you have decision trees. Again, you can do branching and workflows as well, but as you need to create decision paths, like, hey, is this after hours call an emergency or non-emergency? Is this a commercial or residential kind of call? Things like that, where you want to branch and make decisions and route things. The flow-based builder is great for that. Again, specifically focused on conversational AI and voice AI, so customer facing again. And then Ask AI is just coming out now, and it's probably the most exciting in lots of ways, because it's allowing you to create, allowing you to access a system and shorten the learning curve. So it's just bringing everything, surfacing everything a lot easier. So think about the idea of having a internal, not customer facing, but internal VA that's an AI agent that's just answering questions for you. So you can do all these things here. You can do more. You can dive into each one of these. You can just ask it like you do ChatGPT. So it's like bringing in a custom GPT into here in some respects, like an AI agent, like Claude Cowork or Perplexity desktop or OpenClaw, which there are integrations for that too. But just think of something that's in here that can take actions for you. So in that regard, again, like just asking about, hey, how many people are in this stage of the pipeline? What's my conversion rate for this? How many contacts have I come in through Facebook lead ads this today? It could just find data for you, so you don't find it and surface it, or which is exciting. And then obviously it can create things as well, or manage certain features, like building out workflows and things like that. So yeah, it's just getting started, but it's going to really make it more usable for a lot of people. And just get down to brass tacks, allow you to actually do what you need to do inside the system without having to be a pro, and make it way more usable for front-end users, and maximize the system. So exciting stuff there. And again, it's just like using ChatGPT inside of HighLevel, but it specifically has access to all your details and data, really closing that gap, which has been an issue, and been a limitation up to this point. So great to see that coming. So that, again, there's an overview. Agent Studio, dynamic, needs reasoning, more advanced, and just more variables that you need to leverage AI to think through. Workflows, kind of X causes Y, cause and effect, straightforward, process driven, repeatable, Great to automate those things. Pretty straightforward. Again, really powerful. Tons and tons of actions in here and apps now. So, I mean, endless possibilities as well in here, even including things like Manus AI and integrations now. So things are coming in from all over the place, but at its core, that's kind of its best use. Flow Builder is a quick recap. Branching and conversational flows is just built for that. So that's kind of where you want to think about Flow Builder. And then Ask AI is just universal access and translation and universal VA inside your system. So now you have somebody assisting you to get stuff done. Less questions, less headaches. Just find stuff you're looking for and start building the stuff you need. So, in a nutshell. So, I just wanted to do a quick overview of those different AI features and automation areas in HighLevel and talk through them with you guys for a little bit. So, there'll be a lot more cool videos to come on use cases and build outs and ways to deploying all these inside of there. But I just want to do a quick overview now.